"You are living on my money," said Hayes. "No, he's not," said Marcy. "He's living on my money." Hayes looked at her. He couldn't afford to offend her because she is the mother of his 9-year-old granddaughter, the only human being in the world he loves. If you can call the child a human being. It is AI, the child, undead. But Hayes loves it, and the child loves its grandpa. American billionaire cheapskate, they're all cheapskates, Hazelton Turnbull Harding IV had summoned us from the beach at Ostia to an art store in downtown Rome to show us how he was diverting Marcy's allowance into the purchase of a fragment of marble from Michelangelo's workshop. At least, that's what the salesman said it was. It was mounted, rough edges and all, in a brass stand and looked like an erect and distinctly dangerous dildo, which is more or less what it was. Very pricey. "Can you plug it in?" I said. "You can put a lampshade on it." "Next time you're at a hospital," said Hayes, "get them to measure your brain. Find out how much it weighs. They can probably take it out and put it on a scale. You won't miss it. Your conversation will be just as interesting." "I have other qualities," I said. "No," he said, "you don't." I stood up. "Well, look, I'd better go." "Toby," said Marcy, "don't leave me here." I sat down. It breaks my heart what I do for this woman. Across the table, the child looked at me. Andrea. Between us, the marble icicle. "Hayes," said Marcy, "it's not fair to use my money to buy this. It has value," he said. "It's a Michelangelo. He said, indicating myself, "has no value." "I don't have time for money," I said. He scowled at me. "Where's the rat poison? At your age, Hazelton, your primary concern should be your bowel movements." He went off to talk to the dealer. Marcy went off to talk to Hayes, and the child and I were left looking at each other. The child does not approve of me. It doesn't respect my intelligence. Who does? And mentally, Marcy isn't even in the game. But it loves its mommy, and it sees that its mommy loves me. Tricky. What I wanted was to get back to the beach, get drunk, and go swimming. Eat tagliatelle and prosciutto with sand between our toes. "I think Hayes is being cheated," I said. "No, he's not. It's a Michelangelo." "How does he know?" "He just does." "Well, I guess your mommy and I won't be together anymore." "She'll get by. She'll cry. Get real, Toby. I'll miss you. You'll go back to school in Switzerland and you won't have anybody to come down here and visit anymore." "What will you do?" "Oh, I don't know. You could come and see us in Boston." "Too cold. And I owe too much money." During this exchange, I discovered that crossing my legs brought my upper thigh into contact with the table, and that by flexing it, I could slightly and imperceptibly raise my side such that the dingus stirred, wobbled, teetered, righted itself, and with skillful modulations of the tilt, slid, sauntered, ambled, baby-stepped toward the edge. "Toby," said the child, "don't." "What? I'm not doing anything." "Yes, you are." And indeed, the article was now peering over the precipice, daring itself to look a little further. Oh, I'll probably wind up dumpster diving, and your mommy will be all alone. Except for me, you'll be in Geneva. And grandfather, I could weep, all for a piece of marble. The child looked at it. The exhibit was clearly in a suicidal mood, hovering, trembling, entranced, as it were, by the vertiginous possibility. If you do that, I'm telling. Okay, I won't do it. But I let the table down with a touch too much of a jar, and the marble smashed on the floor. I composed my hands so as to distance them from the crime as Hayes rushed over, followed by Marcy and the merchant. Oops, I said. What did you do? Hayes screamed at me. Excuse me, was I invited here to be shouted at? Hayes, said Marcy, do you have to contort like that? You destroyed it! Andrea did it. Did not, did so. Did not, did so. Did not, did so. You made me. Hayes sank onto a chair. Was it insured? He said. The pitchman, a graybeard in half-moon jeweler's glasses for archaeological scrutiny, shook his head sadly. It doesn't have to be insured, Hazelton. He's got a closet full of them. When I was a tour guide, I brought my clients to places like this. I know the con. Graybeard retreated as if wounded. Better sweep this up, I called after him. If it perforates my shoes, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. It was dated, Hayes insisted. You can't date something made of marble, grandfather. Marble's just always the same. You shouldn't be so stupid, I said. He bared his teeth at me. So now there'll be no need to embezzle the widow's funds, I smiled. Snakes struck at me in his eyes. Come to the beach with us, Grandpa. Let's see if you float, I said. He sagged miserably and contemplated the futility of his existence. Oh, all right, he said. Yay, said Marcy.